We're looking for a few good men with a medal to be Marines.
For 100 years, Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego has drilled metal into more than a few good men and women. We Make Marines is the mission of MCRD on the West Coast, Parris Island on the East. This shared legacy has instilled the core values that have made the U.S. Marine Corps America's premier fighting force. More than 3 million Marines have served the nation. 297 have received its highest military award for valor. We honor 2 of them tonight.
I was going to be a school teacher at the elementary level. But after about a month of student teaching, I found out that I was never ever going to be a very good elementary school teacher. So told myself I needed to do something different.
Wisconsin native Bob Modrzejewski joined his university's ROTC program and was commissioned as a second lieutenant upon graduation in 1957. It was the beginning of a distinguished 30-year career. Growing up in Arizona, young Jay Vargas needed no introduction to Semper Fi. His 3 older brothers were all Marines.
Angelo and Frank served in World War II. Angelo was in Iwo Jima and Frank was in the Battle of Okinawa. Joseph did Korea.
But before he could carry on the family tradition, young Jay had to overcome a most formidable obstacle: his mom.
My mother was against it. Boy, she shoot me out, said, go to the Navy. They sleep on big puffy pillows and white sheets. Angelo says, if you don't go into the Marine Corps, we're gonna break your friggin' legs.
Thus inspired, Jay would go on to command and lead Marines at every level. His experience, leadership skills, and sheer courage would be on full display in the spring of 1968 in the Republic of Vietnam, near a village called Dai Do.
We were in the rice paddies and on our bellies, just sitting ducks out there. And the 320th Division of the North Vietnamese had us zeroed in. I remember the 3 golden keys that my brothers gave me. The first one was always set your standards high. Number 2 was always take care of your Marines. The third one was never ask a Marine to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. I got up and I said, give me some Marines. I'm going over to the right flank and take out that gun. It was just wiping people out. We got the gun, and then we got another one, and the 4 Marines that came with me almost got hit immediately. I had shrapnel all over my body, but that was the moment for me. I had to take care of my Marines.
For his actions that day, which included personally destroying 3 enemy machine gun positions, Major Jay Vargas was presented with our nation's highest decoration for military valor, the Congressional Medal of Honor. He would join a distinguished group of Marines thus honored. Among their number, the commanding officer of Company K, 3rd Battalion, 4th Marines, 3rd Marine Division, Major Robert Modrzejewski. During 4 days of intense fighting in July 1966, he captured an enemy redoubt, fought off repeated counterattacks, was wounded at close quarters, crawled 200 meters carrying vital ammunition, and repelled fanatical attacks by an entire North Vietnamese regiment.
I was in command of about a 150-man company. They were more than special, they were terrific. I only own about 150 of this medal here. I'm just a caretaker, so I really wear it for them.
They fought very bravely. A lot of them didn't make it. My company of Marines were the toughest, meanest bastards in the world as far as I'm concerned.
I love every second that I spend in the Marine Corps. I'm glad it was my life's work. I get down on my knees every day and thank God that I was a Marine.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. And heroism didn't end with active duty. Earning his master's in education, Bob Modrzejewski discovered he was a pretty fair teacher after all. He would serve as a junior ROTC instructor right here in San Diego, employing the same passion he demonstrated as commanding officer of the Marine Barracks at the U.S. Naval Academy.
Our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, those are things I think that have to be reemphasized over and over and over again.
In his final tour of duty as a Marine officer, J. Vargas served on the staff of the commander, U.S. Naval Forces Pacific. But when California Governor Pete Wilson called one day, Jay learned that his final tour perhaps wasn't so final.
And he said, Jay, I want you to come to Sacramento and be my secretary at the cabinet level for the California Department of Veterans Affairs. That's how it all started. California had 3.1 million veterans that needed caring. My two brothers, they called it combat fatigue in those days. And I said, I'll never let a veteran go through that. I guess we came up with a total of 50 new bills just for veterans.
Following his success in California, Jay became Veterans Liaison for the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Upon concluding 13 years of service on behalf of his fellow veterans, Jay figured it was high time to retire, or so he thought.
I'm gonna go fishing. And then all of a sudden, I get a call from the Department of Defense.
A military suicide prevention campaign returned Jay to national service. Today, he remains a powerful spokesperson for mental health, even as Bob Modrzejewski continues to educate America's next generation through his work in the Medal of Honor Society.
We go into these various schools throughout the country and we talk about the history of the medal and the people that have received it. I have an obligation to go out and to talk to young people about the freedoms that we have and who fought to give us these freedoms.
We're patriotic certain times of the year, but it should be 100% every day, you know.
On this day and every day, patriotism aboard USS Midway is indeed 100%. America's living symbol of freedom is proud to honor Medal of Honor recipients Colonel Robert Modrzejewski and Colonel J. Vargas with the 2023 Midway American Patriot Award.